Though we human beings, when seen in ties and in coats and in suits, though we appear to be a very civilized species, our ways are crude. Our ways do not reflect the civility that we want to portray with our suits, with our ties, with our offices. So despite of all these things, deep within us there is a crudity, there is a crudeness that facilitates and maintains all the human actions across the globe. So there is a crudeness that tends to deteriorate life. There is a crudeness that self-destructs or self-destroys. So this crudeness pollutes the air which every human being needs to breathe, continues to dispose its waste to the very essential requirements it needs to survive every minute, every second, every hour. So the air you need to breathe every time is the same air that hospitals will incinerate their waste and dispose it to. So these hospitals, these big organizations whose leadership or leaders are respected, they dispose their waste into our atmosphere. They dispose toxic chemicals into people's bodies through intoxicating the air, through intoxicating the water, through intoxicating the soils. So though we as human beings appear in ties, in suits, in offices, with laptops, with designer clothes and shoes, though we appear to be a civilized species externally, deep within us there is a crudeness that informs our actions to an extent where we become self-destructing. There is a crudeness that leads a human being, that always tends to lead a human being to a state of defying his or her own wellness, his or her own well-being. So this crudeness kind of runs a human being without his or her own consent. We tend to do that which is contrary to our health. We tend to do that which is contrary to well-being. No wonder we as human beings are the most intelligent species, yet the species with the most hospitals, with the biggest number of health facilities than all other species combined. No other living species is making itself sick as human beings are doing to themselves. No other living species is causing its health deterioration as the human being is doing. So we as human beings, though we have all these hospitals, courtesy of our intellect, we also are the most sickly species of all species combined, of all the species that are found in this world combined. So when you take the elephants, combine them with all the whales, combine them with all the lions and all the gazelles and all the giraffes and all the zebras and all the big animals, you will not see a species, or all of them combined cannot create all the healthcare facilities that human beings have made. So no other living species has ever made a hospital, and no other living form has ever contributed to its own deterioration. So we have all these health facilities because of our toxic lifestyle, because of our unhealthy lifestyle. So when we live unhealthy lives, when we lead unhealthy lives, then we need all these health facilities. But lions in the savannah, to elephants in the Savo, to the whales in the Indian Ocean or in the Pacific, to all these, no hospitals are needed because they do not cause their own destruction. So though we seem civilized, though we appear learned and more kind of intellectual in how we dress, in how we address ourselves, though we appear intellectual and rational and upright in kind of mindset, we portray the crudest of actions. We portray actions that are worse than any lion can do, than any giraffe can do, than any elephant can do, than any whale can do, than any shark can do, than any snake can do. Our actions are destroying the ecosystem, and they are kind of going contrary to our ecosystem, or to the very ecosystem we need to survive. So this is the causal agent of all our illnesses, of all our sicknesses. So all these illnesses and sicknesses tell of a species that does not abide or is defiant to the law of creation or to the law of life. So when we defy the flow of the ecosystem or the natural ecosystem being, we defy the laws of that which is our nature, of that which is our source. And so we end up in sicknesses, we end up in unhealthy states of being. So though we appear civilized externally, deep within us, we always tend to do that which is good. So crudity is noticeable in our actions when we do that which is not for our well-being, when we do that which will lead us to illnesses or to depression or to these unhealthy states of being. So civility should be manifested not only through suits, but also doing that which will suit our health. True intelligence, true rationality, true uprightness can only be manifested when we not only wear ties, but we tie our lives with the ecosystem and discover the relationship between us and the ecosystem. So as far as we continue to perceive ourselves as different species from the ecosystem, or distant species from the ecosystem, then we will continue to do that which is not wise, or that which does not flow with the ways of the ecosystem. So we should not just wear suits, we should also do that which suits our wellness, our well-being, and we will not need all the hospitals that we've made. So we just need to do that which is best for our well-being, for our wellness, and we won't need all these healthcare facilities that we've made. So until next time, let's all be civilized. Let's all act in a manner that will manifest an uprightness of mindset or of conduct. Peace.